Alrighty, thank you everyone for joining me today. I really appreciate the sacrifice, especially regarding to the time change. This was supposed to have air at 11 a.m. this morning, but I have to reschedule to 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time just because my schedule changed. So today, disclaimer, I'm a clinician and this is going to be for informational purposes, educational purposes. A lot of us in a community, in a society, in a family that we have one or two people who probably suffering from mental health illnesses. And as a result, um, it's becoming overwhelming for some families. It's becoming overwhelming for even the people who probably are having the signs and the symptoms of depression, and they don't even know where to turn to. So today, again, it's going to be educational and information purposes. When we talk about depression, depression is one of the mood disorder as illnesses, and this can come in various forms and shapes. And what I mean by that is this. For instance, if you are a retiree or you are just diagnosed with sickness, or you just got fired at your job, or you just relocated to another state, community, or a country, or you just, started school as a freshman in the college or university, or probably even you have someone like a neighbor who you are so close to, or maybe your spouse just died, or maybe there is separation for whatever reasons, and as a result, you feel sad, you feel moody, you are more emotional, you are crying, all the nayas. This is what we are going to be addressing today. I am so sorry. I am the rail of the sun is, just shining on my face. Please pardon the video if it's like what is going on at the background. It's just the rail of sun. We all need the sunlight. So pardon me. It's just kind of fluctuating. So let's start with depression. Depression. What is depression? Depression is a state of mind. Depression is a an alteration of the equilibrium when it comes to your emotional well-being. And I'm going to explain that. When you become more emotional, more than usual, when you are more moody, more than when you are moody, you are not happy, you are sad. For instance, if things are not going well the way you expected, or maybe your health is failing, and this got into you to the extent you are now shutting yourself down. You are now isolating yourself. You are now reducing the amount of time that you would normally use to engage with either family members, friends, colleagues, or what have you. Okay, so I'm going to break it down again. This is for educational and informative purposes. So depression comes, there are scales like mild, moderate, and severe. Okay, so let's talk about I just talked about some of the causes of depression. What are some of the signs of depression? Some of the signs of depression, if you are depressed, what are some of the manifestations, the clinical manifestations? Okay, and I need to say this, that to make a diagnosis of depression, these symptoms, these signs has to be in making within 2 weeks or more, right? Like 2 weeks ago, you'll be feeling this sadness in your heart. You'll be feeling this sadness all over you in the past 2 weeks, and you have done, you've tried to do one or two things that usually will make you happy, but it's like you hitting the wall. It's like a bricks wall. You are not penetrating. Your mood remains the same. Okay. Then we can lay our hand on it and say categorically, this period in time you are passing through is a depressive state. So there could be an official diagnosis of depression. So we have again the scale, the mild, the moderate, and the severe. So let's talk about the symptoms. The symptoms. I've talked about the way you feel, which is this the symptoms rather. So let's talk about the signs. When you are depressed, what are some of the signs? Well, how can you tell you are depressed? Number one is either you are sleeping too much or you are not sleeping at all. Sometimes you sleep too much in the sense that you find it so difficult if you need to go to class, if you need to go to school. Maybe as a mom, you needed to wake up and take care of your family, your household. You just don't want to get out of bed. You just don't want to wake up. You don't feel like doing nothing. Okay, that is one sign of depression. Another sign too could be the opposite. Because you are so worried, you can hardly fall back to sleep, or you can even like close your eyes to sleep. You are just thinking and overthinking, and it seems like the world is going to crumble and fall on you. Like, seriously, this, like, I can't do it. So another to flip that over is also a state of your sleep is breaking, right? Your sleep is segmented. You sleep, you wake up, you are still in the mood of like, okay, that's one symptoms. That's one sign of depression. Another one is loss of interest. As a married individual, you don't even have any interest to do anything. You have low libido. There's no interest to engage in the activities that you once loved. Maybe some of you like to watch football. Maybe some of you like to play soccer. Maybe some of you like to watch soap opera. Maybe some of you like to just engage in the community or in any activity. You just lost interest, total interest. You are not interested at all. So this is one of the side and symptoms of depression. Moving forward, another one is guilt feeling. Like you feel like you are so guilty, like you are fault-finding and blaming yourself. It's like everything you do, it's all bad. There is no like you feel you can't do anything good. You see yourself as a failure. You see yourself as someone who can't get it right. Sometimes you feel helpless. Sometimes you feel hopeless. Sometimes you feel worthless. These are some of the signs and symptoms of depression. Another one is low energy. You don't feel like doing nothing. Like, no matter how you push yourself, the motivation is not there. You may try to cover it up, but in the inside of you, you know that things aren't right. All right. And moving forward, loss of concentration. You are becoming forgetful. Where is my shoe? Where is my key? Where is my socks? Did I put something on the fire? Am I supposed to make an appointment? Do I have any events today? You are becoming more forgetful. Poor concentration. You are omitting some vital things that normally you would remember, normally you would like to do, but it's like you are not being prone to forgetfulness. So these are also some of the things that happens when you are depressed. Another thing we have to also talk about is agitation. When you are suddenly irritable, everybody gets on your nerve for no reason, you are upset, you are angry, you lash out every now and then. That is another sign of depression. And as a grown up, this can also be observable in children or young adults. When you see a child of yours or in the family, all of a sudden is skipping classes. All of a sudden, he doesn't want to come out of his or her room. All of a sudden, he's keeping to himself. Sorry about that. All of a sudden, is is failing, like failing grades. So these are some of the signs and symptoms of depression in the little child, school age, or young adults, or even teenagers. They are withdrawing from social engagements. They don't want to, you know, talk to nobody. They don't want to engage. They just want to be left alone. Isolation, loneliness, loneliness, okay? Loneliness and negligence of personal hygiene. Negligence of personal hygiene. Not wanting to shower, not wanting to brush your teeth, not wanting to put on or change clothes. And for like days, you just want to be left alone. So these are some of the signs and symptoms of depression. And again, I want to circle back to young ones. If you have younger children or maybe a member of the family, you also want to look out for them. Sometimes they are becoming more impulsive. Beside the irritability, they are impulsive. You want to be able to kind of catch that and say and watch it. All right, we're going to talk about the solution in a little bit. And some, whether grown-ups or younger children, they go into substance use and substance abuse. All of a sudden, like, oh my goodness, this child is a good child. Of course, if they are depressed, there is the tendency that they can be lured into substance use and substance abuse. So mental health issues are very, how do I put it? Are real. And there are solutions out there. There are help out there. So again, this is for informational and educational purposes, that you don't have to carry your burden all alone by yourself. There is help in the community, there is resources in the community. Cognitive symptoms. Cognitive symptoms. Like maybe you are in school or maybe even at home, at work, you are becoming a little bit like brain fog, right? Like brain fog. When you are not meeting deadlines. And this is unlike you. You are not meeting deadlines, you are omitting important information, okay? And you not have a repetitive reflection of your inadequacies. And instead of you to brush up on those, these inadequacies of yours that you think you have are actually slowing you down to the extent you are not able to perform your daily activities productively. And you began to experience low mood, you begin to experience depressive mood, and you are just either eating too much or you are not eating at all. Appetite. Either you are eating too much or you are eating less. So all these are signs and symptoms of depression. Also, you might begin to think about, I don't want to be here anymore. Like self-harming, cutting yourself, thinking about something to do to hurt yourself. And I tell you, your life is worth living. There is help on the way. And that is the time you need to confide in someone about your feelings and reach out to medical professionals, psychiatrists, your primary care provider, a therapist, a family member. Let them know that everything is not okay with you. So let's go to the solutions. I just mentioned one of the solutions. One of the solutions is your community. Someone you can easily relate to, like your pastor, like your mentor, parents, friends, your primary care provider, your medical doctor, your psychiatrists, and even a therapist, a counselor. Okay. Another thing you can also do, look for the causation. Why are you feeling this way? There are a lot of support groups in the communities, in the society. Look out for those and join. Causation is very important when we talk about solutions to depressive states or depressive disorder. For instance, you just lost your job. Of course, you are going to be sad. You can network and find out the labor market. And another thing you can also do is to look for resources that are not the regular thing that you will do. For instance, if you are a music lover, check out local musical group in your community. Engage with them. Communal engagements. That is another solution to your problem or the problem of depression. You can also seek again for professional help like SSRIs. These are medications that can help alleviate depressive symptoms. Please and please and please, do not, I repeat, do not think that you are alone. Of course, you are not. Speak out, speak up, let someone know how you feel because there is help. And if you seek the right source, you are going to be glad that you did. And I hope this video is able to help you. And I hope it is, for you to be able to navigate, reflect, when you feel sad, depressed, when you are withdrawing from friends and family, when you are crying a lot, and you say, I'm just crying for no reason. Or maybe something happened and you are just crying, and it's so difficult for you to snap out of it. Please reach out to a therapist, reach out to your medical doctor, reach out to a psychiatrist. There is no shame in that. You are actually empowering yourself and also empowering other people. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, and I hope you enjoy the video. You take care of yourself. God bless you. Bye-bye.